Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. This is going to be a super short video. I've spent most of my time producing a podcast over the last several hours. It's just a flyby, Canary Cry Radio, which means it's just kind of like a short, it's not a full episode, but it's about an hour of myself and my co-host Basil talking about September 23rd and the things that surrounded it and all the hysteria surrounding the whole, doomsday prophecy type stuff and just the hype around it and the sort of backlash, I guess, but also just, sharing my thoughts. And a lot of it is stuff I've already shared on the YouTube channel, but definitely check it out if you want to hear just a conversation about it. But I wanted to point out something that I noticed here, and I actually didn't get to watch the full thing of the Pope speaking at Congress, but there's reports that are coming out. He talked about climate change, he talked about refugees, Cuba, money that's drenched in blood, and did he mention Jesus at all? If he is really the spiritual leader that he is supposed to be, wouldn't you at least mention the gospel of Jesus Christ? Like quote, John 3:16 or something? I mean, if you have all the eyes of the people, believers and non-believers on you, I would take the opportunity to share the gospel message at every turn. But of course, it seems that there is a deeper agenda, a political agenda. We will probably see more of it tomorrow when he addresses the UN and the whole, basically the one world religion, the interfaith sort of thing that he's going to do. And that's nothing new with the Catholic Church. They've been doing the whole interfaith thing for a while, but it'll be interesting to see it at ground zero where the two towers used to stand. But in any case, he mentioned a lot of political things here. He mentioned Great Americans, the refugee immigration issue, and I'm not going to even get into any of the things here that he brought up because, quite frankly, if he was really about the souls of men, then he would definitely share the gospel as sort of a central and important thing. So maybe I'm off here. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not Catholic bashing. I had, several people kind of contact me saying, you're going to be a Catholic basher now. And really, no, I'm not bashing Catholics. I disagree with the theology of, Catholicism and everything surrounding it. And obviously there are different perspectives there and the debate has been going on for a while, but I don't hate Catholic people. I think a lot of them are actually more awake than, normal Protestant Christians, if you will. But I do definitely disagree with the whole papacy and especially, the modern incarnation of what seems to be definitely a dark form of religious leadership. And of course, anytime I have dialogue with atheists, inevitably, not always, but at some point in the conversation, if we're talking religion, the topic of, Christians will come up in terms of religion. And when they say religion, they usually mean Christians killing so many people, causing all the wars, which is a fallacious argument because, number one, that political structure that was, behind the Inquisition and all that, while it had a theocratic front, it wasn't, any kind of truthful biblical Christianity being displayed there. It was more so a political agenda, and it was weaponized and used to, conquer. So that's not something that is in the Bible. It's not something that we're mandated to do and all that stuff. So it has caused a lot of confusion, and a lot of people think that Rome is the beast that's written about in the book of Revelation. And, I don't hold that position, but I'm definitely open to it. And actually, I'm more open to it now than I have been ever before, just looking at all this stuff. And I've looked into a few pretty good lectures and stuff on the topic, and so I'm open to it. And some of you guys might be like, how can you not think it's it's Rome and the Catholic Church and all this stuff? But I tend to think that at a certain point it's all going to converge in one way or another, and that's sort of my view on it. And so it's not one thing or another. It's not the Catholic Church or the Jesuits alone, or the Zionists alone, or, what you want to call the Illuminati or the New World Order. It's always been my perspective that the greatest conspiracy behind everything is the spiritual conspiracy, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And so, all these labels and groups and stuff like that we sort of see through on the fleshly side of things is meant to, I think, distract us from the reality of the situation, which is that there's a spiritual conspiracy, a real spiritual entity and his fallen ones that are trying to deceive mankind into doing his bidding, and a lot of people are falling for it, and that's why I, tend to say that a lot of these people are victims without even knowing it, maybe. Those are my thoughts. And so, again, Pope being on the West Coast here and having some obligations in the morning and stuff, I didn't get to really sit down and watch his address to Congress, but I do think that, based on this article anyway, he didn't really bring up Jesus at all. Unless he did, let me know if he did. But again, that's something that I think, if you're supposed to be the voice for Christianity, that should be sort of the heart of your message. And because he didn't focus on Jesus and he mainly focused on political issues, it just means that the Pope is a political figure meant to drive the religious sector of society. So in any case, that's just my thoughts. Short video today again, and I'll post other things if major things come up. I will say, pray for the families and the people over there at Hajj. The reports say 717 killed and hundreds more injured. I mean, that's just a tragedy. People should never lose their lives over something like this. And it just adds to the list of, the death toll. I think a few videos ago I talked about how there's just seems to be chaos and just deaths surrounding in the hundreds, popping up a lot recently. And this one is definitely something that we don't want to see, regardless of whether we agree or disagree with any faith or, faith practice. So that's about it for this video, guys. Hope you guys have an awesome day. God bless.